While reading through Loomipedia entries I discovered these origin tidbits. Enjoy. Dorogo is based off an oviraptor, a species of raptor that was mistaken for taking eggs when they actually would roost on them and protect other dinosaurs' eggs. Oviraptor means egg thief due to this mistake. Dorogo is based off of the stealing eggs myth due to the mistake. Oviraptor lived in the deserts of Mongolia back in the Cretaceous and were first discovered in an expedition back in 1920 led by Roy Chapman Andrews. Back then, the area was an arid desert and was home to many different types of raptors including the infamous velociraptor. Dorogo was said to be small and agile so they could steal eggs, and oviraptors were also short and speedy, zipping across the land. Its Loomipedia states that it stole eggs from other Loomians' nests to feed itself and its young. Dorogo's abilities also make sense to a degree, anomaly due to the fact that Dorogo stole eggs while oviraptor protected them, and anomaly swaps how stat changes work, and surrogate is to give a child to another family. Only problem with surrogate is that it is done with a legal agreement and Dorogo is a thief so nothing legal is happening. Kyogo is a weird Loomian. It had a small eggshell on its head and a band-aid on its nose despite the fact that in ancient times band-aids didn't exist. Other than that, Kyogo is cute. Apparently, its Loomipedia says it wears the eggshells of its food on its head while its horn hardens. After that there is not much to it besides it looks like it's wearing a jacket. I mean Dorogo has what looks like a cast on its arm which could reference sports and need for speed in them, which Kyogo and Dorogo are fast Loomians. Kyogo is fast for a LC Loomian. Colossotrops time. Colossotrops is a species of ceratops, and despite what you might think it's more likely that Colossotrops is a mix between Protoceratops and Triceratops than a single ceratops species. The similarities with Colossotrops between Triceratops and others in its category is it has horns. The similarities with Protoceratops are its size. It is colossal for a Protoceratops, but not colossal for a Triceratops due to size and weight. Colossotrops also has a more laid-back frill unlike most other ceratops. It is most likely a mix of both due to the horns, but due to the size and frill it's most likely mainly focused around Protoceratops, which just so happen to have lived in Mongolia during the Cretaceous period and also had their fossils found during the 1920 expedition with Roy Chapman Andrews. Oviraptor even had their eggs misclassified. They first presumed the oviraptor eggs were belonging to that of the Protoceratops. So, we can actually link Dorogo with Colossotrops. Kyogo's Loomipedia entry exposes their relations between the two. Kyogo where the eggshell remains from its food on its head for protection while its horn hardens, and Dorogo's entry, Dorogo steals eggs from the nests of other Loomians to feed itself and its young. It does so quickly and quietly in order to stay undetected. It is theoretically possible that Dorogo would usually take eggs from Colossotrops and give the eggs full of Ceratot to the baby Kyogos, who would proceed to eat the Ceratot inside the shell as food and wear the shell on their head. Speaking of Ceratot, Ceratot is definitely based on a tiny Protoceratops due to the lack of horns and the jaw shape, and its size. But it has another side inspiration along with being a Protoceratops, the Echinosaurus. The Echinosaurus is a funny thing because scientists back in the 1800s believed that it was the bill of a new hadrosaur, or a duck-billed dinosaur. It turns out it was discovered that the bill fossils were actually just petrified wood. Gerard Smets, the person who discovered and classified them as fossils, was met by Louis Stallo, who debunked and found out they were just petrified wood. Smets tried to defend himself, but everything he said was proved false and he eventually quit the science community in pure embarrassment. This is the opposite with Ceratot, who was originally thought to have been ancient flora, was discovered to have DNA in it. The Loomipedia entry reads, when the first fossils of this Loomian were found, it was simply believed to be ancient flora. Upon more thorough studies, Loomian DNA was discovered through the fossil. If you want more Loomian origins, leave your opinion down.